Ooh, no intro. Where's Giles? I feel cheated. Oh, hello. No.
She's always late.
Oh, he's not haunted yet. Fair. Sorry, I was a bit ahead. Oh, no. Okay. Is it going to be a Drusilla episode?
Do you want me to walk you home?
Not with that voice, mate.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
My mummy used to sing me to sleep at night. Run and catch.
Oh, it's going to be a creepy one, isn't it?
Caught in the blackberry patch. She had the sweetest voice.
Oh, she made it sound better. Fair enough. Yeah, okay.
What will your mummy sing when they find your body?
Brilliant. Okay.
I'm not supposed to talk to people.
Good rule.
Run home.
Oh, beautiful. Yes, Angel. Hello.
Hello, Drusilla.
Yeah. This is the first meeting we've got between these two. This is interesting.
Do you remember the song mummy used to sing me?
Was he the mummy?
I remember.
Are they, hang on, siblings?
I'm offering you that chance. Take Spike and get out.
Very kind. Ooh, she's gonna catch him. Oh, great, okay. So she's gonna get the wrong idea with this then, yeah?
Stop.
Brilliant.
This is just the beginning.
Okay. Let's not jump to conclusions, mate. It's the goofy bit, do you know what I mean? Do you notice my timing is getting so tight on that last bit, man? Oh,
It's a secret.
What kind of a secret?
tell me. Come on.
How will I know what to wear?
Oh, mate, just come in that.
Do you own anything else?
Hey, pipe down, calendar.
Right, I'll put myself in your hands.
Oh, yeah, hello, go on.
Sounds like fun.
Yes, it does. Brilliant, I love her. Get involved, do you know what I mean? Like, she plays the game.
Our friend Spike. I still haven't got a bead on why he's here.
You'll figure it out.
Oh, supportive.
You all right? Seem a little glum. Why don't you take the night off?
Oh, hello.
Okay, that'd be nice.
That would be nice.
You could spend some time with Angel.
Oh, hello. We've got...
I don't know. He might have other plans.
All right, don't let it get to you, mate. This is brilliant. This is the first time. No, maybe? Am I making it up? I might be making it up. Maybe not the first time. But this is good that he's actually actively said, take the night off. Pushing her towards Angel. Like, let's forget the age thing for a sec, right? But she's interested in a boy and he's being supportive of that. I love that. Daddy Giles, like, for real. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why I said for real. Like, he's not been daddy this whole time.
They seem pretty friendly.
Who's friendly?
Behave.
Hey, it's me. If Angel's doing something wrong, I want to know.
Of course you do.
Because it gives me a happy.
Don't tell.
Ford?
Hey, Summers.
Oh, okay.
I'm finishing up my senior year at Sunnydale High.
Who you, sir?
This is great.
Is it? Hello. Introduce us.
Remember you. Duh, we only went to school together for 7 years.
Was he in the movie?
5th grade crush.
So, you two know each other.
I'll behave, son.
This is Ford.
Ford Anglia.
Dad got the transfer and boom, he just dragged me out of Emory.
Suspicious, to be honest with you, mate. I'll be honest with you.
Ford wouldn't give me the time of day.
Well, I was a manly 6th grader.
Oh, he's cool.
I moped over you for months, sitting in my room listening to that divinal song, I Touch Myself. Of course, I had no idea what it was about.
Yeah, it's not clear really, is it?
Would I be imposing?
No, only in the literal sense.
He's a dick! Like Xander. Why do you not see this as an opportunity to make a friend, dude? We know why. We do, but...
This is Ford, my bestest friend of all my friends.
Oh my god. Do you know what? I give Willow so much props just for hanging out with him as much as she does.
Oh, that's what that song is about?
I was hoping you'd show.
He looks older than him.
Right. Ford's clocked it.
What'd you do last night?
Nothing?
Wait, never mind.
Nothing at all.
No, I mean I stayed in. Read.
Red. Sorry, that song made me filthy. Like, I want to say it's not my fault, but to be fair, I did build some bridges. Like,
Hi.
say hello.
Whoa. Cold hands. You're not wrong.
Oh no, this guy, Ford knows. It's well sus, he knows something. I have a feeling that he doesn't know that she's the Slayer though. Yeah, we'll see.
Just move down.
Hey, Angel.
Yeah, Angel's suspicious.
I'm a little hot. You want to take a walk?
I see, she's using Ford, considering he saw her with Drusilla. It's fine, we're at high school, we do high school stuff. I get it.
You just moved here?
Well, Angel, we could still...
What have you noticed, buddy? Maybe he's gonna die. Or C. I'm game for that, that's interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see his reaction to this. Kick in! Well, that is a sight, to be fair.
What's going on?
He is not as messed up by that as he should be.
Then there was another cat, and they fought.
No, he saw all of that, dude. He's well cool about it.
I thought you were just slaying a vampire.
What?
Yeah, okay.
What?
I know. You don't have to lie.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out the right time to tell you.
Cool.
I know you're the Slayer.
Okay, he's gonna be weird about it though, I feel like, somehow.
Said he found out right before I got booted from Henry.
It's neat. Is it neat?
Oh my god. Sorry, hang on. That snake that Willow had, that snake in the back, I had that. Oh, I love that snake, honestly. Man, childhood memory. Wow, okay.
I don't have to constantly worry that he's gonna find out my dark secret. It just makes everything easier.
Easier. Okay, that line, sorry. There's a bit of emphasis on that.
Worry that he's gonna find out my dark secret.
Also a big deal, right?
Everything easier.
Makes everything easier. He's the easy choice, isn't it? Because he's a human, but he knows about the Slayer and he knows everything. And we've got the episode started off with Angel and Drusilla and Buffy seeing them, jumping to conclusions, that whole shtick, right? But very much being shown here that Angel and her, it's tough. It's difficult, right? Which it is. Forget the age thing. It's Slayer vampire, which on paper, very interesting. In theory, there's Slayer who has to slay vampires, falling in love with a vampire. Vampire falls in love with her, can't hurt her. Obviously, as well, you know, Angel has the whole thing of he is a good vampire too. Very interesting dynamic in the way that it offers up difficulty as well. That's part of it. And that line there, yeah, it's easier because he's human, but he knows it would be easier. And I feel like I'm very curious about where the episode is going to go with that idea because it set it up. So yeah, you could do a few things with it. So we shall see. But I mean, look, we've panned to him again. Again, I'm getting suspicious vibes off him as well. But that is the theme going forward. Where are you going, sir? Very shady, isn't it? Oh, hello, mate. He's edgy. He's an edgy man. A club for monsters?
Hi, Ford.
Hey,
Maybe?
Not to mention the lease is almost up on this place. Who's gonna cover that?
Marvin.
I'm getting the sense, are they, I feel like they're humans, but they know about the monsters and they're into the monsters. Do you know what I mean? That's the vibe I'm getting, because these guys don't feel as if they're monsters, but they have that vibe like they're trying to be part of that world. What I'm getting though, this is the interesting thing. If they make Ford, obviously, you know, working for the monsters kind of part of their agenda, but he's conflicted for whatever reason. A lot of it depends on that reason as well. But that would be more interesting if he's conflicted on it and the reason why. And again, sets up this tragedy, right? If they were to go that way, it sets up tragedy, which could bear fruit and make this like a really good episode.
Marvin.
Diego. It's Diego now.
Is that your vampire name?
Just make sure you're ready when I say. True believers only.
Okay.
A couple more days and we'll get to do the two things every American teen should have the chance to do.
Go on.
Die young
Okay.
and stay pretty.
Right, they want to be vampires. Right, yeah, okay. So it's specifically vampires, not monsters.
Years before you were born.
Right, interesting. I hope, okay, this is my hope for the episode, is that we seem to be moving towards a future where he is the monster of the week and perhaps he dies. I feel like they shouldn't kill him. I feel like this should be, I mean, you know, people keep saying as well in my comments like, oh, we're getting to the good stuff and, you know, we're getting to the arcs and that kind of stuff. So the wise choice, they've set up a really interesting character in Ford because he has history with Buffy, right? He means something to her before we knew her, right? So it gives you this impression that he knows more of her than we do as the audience, right? That's kind of the special little source that they've got with his character. And because of that, there is, and also we've had scenes with him and Buffy establishing them as friends. And then it goes a step further and reveals that he knows about her as the Slayer, right? He knows very intimate information about her. It'd be a waste to squander that on killing him in this episode. This should be an arc. I want him to stay. And that's also interesting, right? It's called Buffy the Vampire Slayer and introducing another layer into the dynamic of the vampire's inclusion in the show by, okay, having them there, but also having this cult. Like, you know, any vampire media, you always have the thralls or the servants that want to be a vampire and the vampires don't give them what they want until, well, for a while, right? So it's a trope, but I'm very curious in the way that they've set it up with the intimate knowledge of Buffy and the relationship with Buffy, plus that trope and the things you could do with that. It's such a recipe for something great. And yeah, I'm excited to see what that might be. I see the pieces they're arranging to go forward with.
I guess I need help.
On homework? No, 'cause you're old and...
He is old, yeah. We keep mentioning it, don't we?
I just want to find everything I can. Records, affiliates.
Oh, for the guy, for Ford.
Billy Fordham.
Yeah, all right.
You're gonna tell me that I'm jealous? I never used to. Things used to be pretty simple.
Okay.
100 years, just hanging out, feeling guilty. Really honed my brooding skills. Then she comes along. Yeah. I get jealous.
Yeah, interesting that line. It feels like he hasn't let himself feel anything. He hasn't been participating so much in life. By the way, so I know this is because this is kind of coming up in the way that I'm talking about it and the way that, you know, it's been brought up in the show. I know that there is the argument of like, you know, vampires are in stasis and so it's not weird because he is still young, and even though he's like 200 years old or whatever, it's fine because he's still held in stasis. No, I don't agree with that at all. I'm so sorry. I am. I know I'm going to annoy some people. Okay, we just disagree, and that's okay. We can still get on. It's fine. Because it's not the freezing of the body, right? That's not the issue. You can't freeze the mind. If you live, you gain experience, whatever that might be, and so you age. That is how we measure age. It just so happens that as humans, we do also physically age as well, right? Our body is not in stasis. The act of aging is not dependent on the body, it's dependent on the mind, which is what is aging for Angel. So it's like when people come in and they do talk about kind of excusing the age gap thing by, oh, well, vampires, that, you know, the whole point is that they're held in stasis, one moment of time and all that. And I'm like, no, that's not how. No, stop. I just don't buy that. I don't buy that. That's not how aging works. And that is not the issue. If you are approaching a being with 16 years of experience on this world versus a being with 200 plus years of experience on this world, that is predatory, because it doesn't matter about the stasis of the body. What matters is that one has existed for that long and they have experience in ways that the young person doesn't, right? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get into this and be so deep about it, but it's kind of coming up. And so I'm kind of prefacing all of this because I wonder at these lines that Angel is saying and whether they're actually going to take what I'm talking about there and do something actively with it and actually have Angel maybe talk about that, or maybe that's dealt with in the Angel show, or maybe it's just dealt with in the show going forward at some point. I don't know. I'd be game for that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, introduce it into the lore in a certain way. At the end of the day, it's a fantasy show, right? You can make up what you want, but until that's established in the show, I am going to treat it the way that, you know, I see it, right? And it's also not quite the same. If he's just gone through life, you know, he got his soul back and then he went through feeling guilty and he didn't engage, that's one thing. That's fair. That doesn't mean he's still 26 or whatever he is, right? It just means he's cut himself from the world, which is a separate story in itself and interesting in itself. Doesn't mean it excuses the age difference thing, though. Sorry, again, I'm making it a focus of the video in a way that I didn't really want to. I just kind of thought it was a good point to clarify my feelings on that particular point of vampirism that I do feel like people take like really seriously, and I just, it doesn't hold up for me.
And she comes along. Yeah.
But this is interesting still. Like, this is interesting. That's why I bring it up.
My gut tells me this is a wrong guy.
He's not wrong.
But if there isn't anything weird, hey, that's weird. Check the school records and he's not in them.
Hello?
Usually they transfer your grades and stuff, but he's not even registered.
Oh, it's a lie, boy.
Don't tell Buffy what we're doing, all right?
You want me to lie to her?
Just don't bring it up till we know what's what.
Fair enough. Do you know what? That is caring. That is caring because, you know, he doesn't know that he's bad and he doesn't necessarily want to get in the way of a relationship that Buffy has. That shows empathy. Until he knows more.
What's that? Nothing.
Oh, buddy, you got to try harder than that, dude.
So I cannot hang just now. Hi, Ford.
Are you drinking coffee again?
Coffee!
It makes me jumpy.
Coffee!
In case you need me for, study help.
Is Buffy going to tell him that Ford knows?
Giles.
Okay. Giles going to get suspicious too.
Oh, very good. Yes.
He's distracted.
I didn't tell him. He knew.
Ask why, Giles. Ask how.
Go. Experience this thing called fun. I'll try not to have a crisis.
I do like their little dynamic this episode. Giles coming in, being like, no, go have fun. Maybe you need a night off. Come on, go. Buffy now being like, Giles, go have fun. You're fun. I like that. That's good. That's what I've been calling for, mate.
Stay close to me.
Oh, he's getting involved. Okay. Chicken! Okay, another one, please. Hey, she landed on her feet. She's a cat.
Tell me what I want to know when I let you go.
Oh, interesting, right? So they don't have any inroads into the vamps yet.
I killed her and she just turned to dust.
This is the thing. He is human. So until he turns into a vampire, she can't really kill him. That's interesting. If she does find out, it's going to be interesting to see how she acts, how she reacts.
Bye. We usually call them the nasty, pointy, bitey ones.
So many people have that misconception. Are not interested in harming anyone.
What?
They are creatures above us.
All right, okay.
A fool.
All right, buddy. Get in there.
Don't have to be so confrontational about it.
No, he does. He can do that. That's fine.
Other viewpoints than yours may be valid, you know.
It's true, but not when, you know, murders are happening.
You really are a people person.
Oh, nobody's gonna talk to us.
I support him.
And their children making up bedtime stories of friendly vampires.
Also interesting, we do this all the time. If vampires actually existed, you know that this would exist. People would be obsessed. I mean, people are obsessed now, and we have no like solid concrete proof that there are any vampires at all, right? It's all fiction. But there are still people who like drink blood. That's still a thing. That happens.
How they live, how they dress.
That is a top gag, mate.
Sorry to beep you guys in the middle of stuff, but it seemed really weird.
What were they doing?
I've always been interested in monster trucks.
You took him to monster trucks?
Something wrong?
Go on, ask who she is.
Who's this?
Yep.
She was killed by an angry mob in Prague.
Well, they don't make angry mobs like they used to,
Interesting.
because this girl's alive.
Yeah, so that's what maybe happened to make her so... Spike has referenced her, you know, regaining her strength, so...
My own research has...
Jeez, sir. Right, so that was the one he was supposed to have killed, so Buffy's gonna know now.
He said he killed it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the vampire Ford said he killed.
Now where do we go? That's an interesting question, mate. They have like time here to do something really special with this. I kind of want to see him turned into a vampire, you know?
Lucius tells me
Lucius? Yeah, he's a joker, isn't he?
that you went out on a hunt.
My tummy was growly.
Oh, mate, you can't be hungry, dude. You gotta sort that out.
I'll pout if you don't sing.
Meet anyone? Like Angel?
Oh, is he getting jealous too now? Still not really dug into Spike, have we?
It's a little off, you two so friendly, him being the enemy and all that.
Mmm.
The bird's dead, Drew.
Do
You didn't feed it, and now it's all dead, just like the last one.
you know what? I was watching this whole scene and she was so captivating. I didn't even realise the bird was dead. I didn't realise the bird was dead. Alright, I realise that might not put me in the best of lights. Okay, I just pay attention so much to certain things, okay? It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I am paying attention, I swear.
I just don't like you going out. You are weak.
Still, it's been a while, right?
Would you like a new bird?
Don't you say it.
This is so cool.
Oh, hello, he's here.
I would totally live here.
Sorry, that was definitely a penis joke. I'm just saying, Spike's a dirty f***er. Admittedly, maybe that's me. It could have been completely innocent. I should cut more of that stuff out, to be fair.
Do I have anyone on watch here?
I know who you are.
Yeah, I know who I am too, so what?
I'm pretty sure this is the part where you take out a watch and say, I've got 30 seconds to convince you not to kill me.
I don't go much for tradition.
Yeah, buddy, this isn't a movie.
It's no fun if you don't say it.
What?
It's got the attitude, to be fair to him.
You got 30 seconds to convince me not to kill you.
Yes! See, this is the best.
Okay, he's less cool now.
A vampire.
I've known you for 2 minutes and I can't stand you. Can I eat him now, love?
And I'll give you the Slayer.
Yeah, really no morals, huh? Damn. She really can't find the good ones, huh?
I'm talking about the people I trust. Who's Drusilla?
It's alright, just have a talk, it's fine.
Don't lie to me, I'm tired of it.
Lies are necessary.
Are they?
Sometimes the truth is worse.
She's the Slayer, dude.
You live long enough, you find that out.
Yeah, it's lines like that that make me think, you know, like, he has the knowledge of a 200+ year person, right? Forget the vampire thing, forget the human thing. If you exist for that long, you still have that level of maturity. The only reason that he's talking like he is towards Buffy, being like, some lies are necessary, you can't know the truth, that's the vocabulary, the demeanor of an old man, of someone who has been on the world for a long time. So this is what I mean, like the whole vampires are in stasis thing. Well, he's 26 really, which would be weird still anyway, because she's 16, but he's not 26. His body was frozen at 26. His mind just kept going, because that's just how that works. If he was presenting as a 16-year-old person or a 26-year-old person, right? A vampire presented and magically which is fine, fair. That's, you know, it's fantasy at the end of the day. If that was where the show was going to go with their vampires, then you can do that. But the show hasn't done that, right? He is not a 26-year-old man. He is someone who has lived a lot longer. And you can see that in the way that he's represented, the way that he talks, the way that he is, right? And his experiences.
Do you love me?
Jeez, seriously? We're there?
Do you?
Alright, buddy. Is that your requirement for telling the truth?
I love you.
Yeah, because she's 16. And you're a good-looking guy who is mysterious and brooding. And you have maturity that makes younger people interested in you because older people have more interesting things about them because they've lived longer. If the older person goes for a younger person, that's the dynamic. And whether you want to talk about it or not. That's always the truth. That's always objectively the truth. A teenager will always perceive an older person that way. You know, don't get me wrong, a lot of teenagers don't perceive older people sexually, but all teenagers perceive older people that way in the sense of them having experiences, them being a little bit deeper than boys their age, people their age. And if it does become a sexual thing, a romantic thing, if the older person, knowing everything they do with the responsibility, the maturity that they have, lets themselves get involved in a younger person like this, in a real relationship, that is predatory. Sorry, I am. I don't know why I'm dying on this hill. I kind of am. But like, sorry, it's happening before me. And I am a little bit, that's how I feel about the situation. That's how I feel about like Angel coming out and being like, do you love me? And it's like, well, of course she does. You should know that because you have that maturity. We've seen that you do, but you don't have the self-awareness to know what you're doing. And I don't blame Buffy because she doesn't stand a chance. She's 16.
I did a lot of unconscionable things when I became a vampire. Drusilla was the worst.
You made her.
She was pure and sweet.
And you made her a vampire.
Interesting.
First, I made her insane.
Oh.
Killed everybody she loved. Visited every mental torture on her I could devise.
Whew.
Eventually fled to a convent. She took her holy orders. I turned her into a demon.
Oof, that'll mess anyone up, dude.
I kinda wanna surprise you.
I like surprises.
Can you meet me here?
Very tense.
When Angel came to my room, he was just really concerned for you.
Yeah, his intent coming to Willow about it, I think, does hold empathy. He wanted to make sure first. He got a feeling, he got a sense, you know, intuition, and he was right. Let's not forget, that's important. He was right. And instead of coming straight to Buffy and possibly destroying or landing a bomb in that relationship, you know, he's someone who's very important to her and he cares about her happiness. That proves that he does care about her happiness, right? At the very least. And him coming to Willow was empathetic. He was doing his due diligence before he actually came and was like, okay. You know, he made sure before he came in the way of Buffy's happiness, which I can't really fault him for. And I suppose that's the thing. Buffy's coming back and being like, you should have just told me, right? I'm a person. I deserve autonomy too. Don't go behind my back. Come to me and talk to me and say. And if you want to do research, come and do research with me. Like, we'll do research. We'll both go to Willow. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's where she's kind of coming from a little bit as well. I know that we had the seed planted at the beginning and she saw him with Drusilla, and so that was going on too. But I do also think Buffy has maturity in her, and I think that's what's kind of maybe going on a little bit more in her mind. And I can see that. And that should be the relationship, you know, right? Like if you're choosing to, I guess the ground rules, the foundations of your relationship with a person, I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I want it to be open and honest. I'd rather, you know, if I was with Angel, I'd want Angel to come to me rather than going to my friend and going behind my back. As much as I can appreciate, you know, outside of the situation that he was doing that because he cared, I would also prefer, it's best case scenario to me, for him to come to me and be like, okay, this is how I feel. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's deal with this together. And if you feel like we should do that, I don't believe you, but let's just do it, and then I'll get proven right. And then if you find something, it's like, damn, okay, you were right? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, it's interesting. That theme that we saw at the beginning of, like, you know, Ford is the easy choice, Angel's the hard choice. We are slowly getting to a place because we got to that scene. We just had that scene in Buffy's room where it was this whole thing about trust. It's like, I love you, I don't trust you. And Angel was like, I can't tell you the truth. And then he did tell her the truth, right? So it's like the thing that I'm talking about of like a preferential relationship between two people is trust, right? And the person coming to you first and actually talking to you and going through that process and being that kind of partnership. And so what the episode is actually doing, by the way it's arranged the episode, the process is that actually Angel and Buffy are gaining that trust, which they should have, right? I wish that we didn't have the age thing because it does feel like grooming. I didn't finish my point, but what this does is that it's showing that the easier choice isn't necessarily the best choice. Just because something is hard doesn't mean it isn't worth doing.
Do you really think they'll bless us?
I know they will.
Oh, we're all dying, right?
It's gonna be fine.
No. It's really not.
Hello.
It's kind of drafty in here.
All right.
You are gonna offer them a trade.
She's clever. Good. Yes! Get him!
We'll be changed, all of us.
We're going to ascend to a new level of consciousness.
Oh, yikes.
This is the end, Buffy.
For you guys.
No one gets out of here alive.
I mean, he's been prepped.
Spike and all of his friends are gonna be picking out at the all-you-can-eat moron bar.
Said I think we should gag her.
I think you should try. I am trying to save you.
This is very interesting.
You're going to die.
Yeah, the Buffy doing her duty in a different way, suddenly, right? These aren't monsters, these are humans that don't understand. And this is part of her job, right? As much as it's not been up until this point, this is still part of her job. Because, sorry, like, she can't do anything to them right now, right? They're humans. And, I mean, that means that they can still be saved as well. But if they ever do turn into vampires, she has to kill them, right? She's also trying to prevent that reality as well. But she's also right. Like, these guys, they're young. They are annoying. It wouldn't last 2 days with Spike, if that.
God, could you have a dorkier outfit?
First priority is a slayer. Everything else is fair game, but let's remember to share, people. Lucius, bring the car around.
Oh man, they won't show us Lucius, will they?
The rest of them, they're just fodder.
Technically, yes, but I'm in.
I'm not convinced.
It's not how it works. You die, and a demon sets up shop in your old house, and it walks, and it talks, and
Also true.
Ford, these people don't deserve to die.
Well, neither do I.
And that's what will happen.
Because I'm still dying.
What happened? No, go on.
I look good, don't I?
What is it?
I got maybe 6 months left, and by then, what they bury won't even look like me.
Yeah, this is interesting.
It'll be bald and shriveled, and it'll smell bad. No, I'm not going out that way. I'm sorry, Summers.
Suddenly difficult, isn't it?
Did I screw up your righteous anger riff?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm sorry.
Fair, good, empathetic first, but also it's the thing of like...
But what you're doing is still very wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you try vomiting for 24 hours straight because the pain in your head is so intense, and then...
Very valid. He's coming from a different life. He's coming from a different world, right? It's hard to challenge him on, you know, if he lives his life that way and he has to put up with that. Imagine that for a moment. I feel like if you asked yourself the question of what would you do in his position, there'd be more people than you might think that would be like, yeah, I'd do the same thing. Yeah, suddenly a very interesting twist. He was just an annoying kid who was misguided. Now he's someone who you can kind of understand why he would want to do that.
I don't have a choice.
You have a choice.
It was very interesting. I nearly said a second ago, because when Buffy was talking about it, I was like, she's coming from a place of not having a choice, right? He talked about them being similar, and my brain was like, you're not though, because Buffy didn't choose this, you are. But suddenly... it's difficult because, like, it's not been forced on him, though. The Slayer was forced on Buffy, right? I mean, I don't really have a lot of information about it, to be fair. But to my knowledge, at least so far, it still is different between Buffy and him. Don't get me wrong, this new information does close the gap a little bit, but...
You have a choice. You don't have a good choice, but you have a choice.
Yeah.
You're opting for mass murder here, and nothing you say is gonna make that okay.
True.
You think I need to justify myself to you?
I think this is all part of your little fantasy drama. Well, I do feel sorry for you, and if those vampires come in here and start feeding, I'll kill you myself.
Ooh. She's right, though. She's also valid.
I really did miss you.
It sucks. It really sucks. It really does. Like, you can't get past that. It's always going to suck, but his choice means people are going to die. Not just people in this room, the people that are going to die because he becomes a vampire. And that is a choice. Not quite what we expected, mate. Yeah, it's up to Buffy. Interesting she's on her own, you know. Maybe it's going to be a bit of a lesson for her. Oh, she's going straight for Drusilla. Alright. Bit of a lesson for her in that she can't save everybody.
Spike!
Ooh. Ooh.
Everybody stop!
Hey, that's the way to go. Fair play to her.
Let them go.
Hey, thinking on her feet there, Buffy, ain't she? Buffy's a bit too honourable, isn't she, really? She kind of should have stabbed Drusilla there.
Where's the doorknob?
They're just going to be trapped down there for, like, a long time now.
Buffy?
She's not stuck in the basement.
Buddy, to be fair, though, that's your fault. He kind of did his...
I
Yeah.
handed her to you.
I suppose you did.
He's not going to care, is he?
What about my reward?
It would be the interesting choice to make him a vampire. It really would. I think you should do it. Sorry, writers, like writing-wise. Yeah, we're fading. Okay, I feel like maybe. Good. I want to see that. I honestly think it's the best choice. That it would be so interesting to see that. And actually, like, that particularly hinges on what I feel about the episode as well. Because right now, I'm like, it's a good episode. Come on. But it could have been better. You know, we could have gone further with that. That's a shame.
It'd be simpler if I could just hate him. I think he wanted me to. I think it made it easier for him to be the villain. Really, he was just scared.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever simple anymore. I'm constantly trying to work it out. The more I know, the more confused I get.
Growing up, mate.
If that's called growing up.
Hello.
I'd like to stop then, okay?
I know the feeling.
You know, it's not ideal when I identify more with the older people in shows nowadays, because it happens a lot. It does. I don't like it. Can I just put it out there, okay?
Does it ever get easy?
Whoa. Okay, no, we're back on... I'm annoyed that I got excited.
You mean life?
Okay, that's annoying. No, sorry. Oh, sorry, just for the gag. No, don't... That kind of cheapens it for me. Like, you kind of did it and then you did that. For the gag, right, we did that. But shocking, Giles delivers a one-liner. We're just having a conversation. We're just continuing the conversation.
You mean life?
Yeah.
That didn't add anything. All you did was tease me into thinking we were going to go somewhere with that. And actually, we are doing the thing. And then you take it away from me. No.
What do you want me to say?
Lie to me.
No.
Yes, it's terribly simple. The good guys are always stalwart and true.
Sometimes you need that.
Are easily distinguished by their pointy horns or black eyes. We always defeat them.
Beautiful.
Everybody lives happily ever after.
Hey.
Lie.
And look, that's a deeper conversation too, right? Because there is definitely a certain point in life that I think people get to when they grow older where you realise that actually, and not everybody wants to be good. Not everyone acts that way. Not everyone has the same intent to improve things and improve the world and improve people and be nice to people. Not everyone thinks that way, right? Unfortunately. Yeah. Look, it was a good episode. I do think it's a good episode. It's definitely in the positive for me. I realise that it perhaps might not come across that way because I spent a lot of the episode kind of pooping on Angel and the age gap thing. And honestly, I maybe shouldn't have focused so much on that because it wasn't really necessarily a critique of the episode. I suppose it was in a way as well because, like, I mean, these are thoughts that I've had since the very beginning, right, of the Angel-Buffy relationship and that whole thing, right? And you've seen notes of that coming through every episode where it's kind of mentioned or whatever. Usually I am just kind of poking fun and whatever, it's gonna happen. And sorry, so it just kind of, as the episode went on and as that was kind of a theme of the episode as well, and it naturally kind of organically got brought up, I just felt like it was a good time to maybe talk about that and put my feelings more fully on the table of detailing why actually that particular maybe excuse for that age gap relationship considering human vampire, and how I just don't buy that, right? Like, so it was kind of more of me just kind of putting that in a video so you know where I'm at with it, as opposed to like that being kind of part of the critique of the episode so much. Like, I think the episode as an idea and where it stands at the end of it, it's a good episode that I think could have been better. Kind of like Inca Mummy Girl, but not quite as egregiously. I think Inca Mummy Girl really failed in a lot of ways because it didn't quite do as much as I felt like it could have with what it set up and the story it was telling. This isn't quite the same. I do think that they still told a good story. I think especially at the end where he did actually come back and he was a vampire and it was a gag, kind of cheapened not only my idea of like making that kind of the focus of the episode and going forward with it, but also kind of devalued the element that they actually went with, in that he had cancer and it was very tragic and it was heavy hitting and it was sad and it did. I liked that. I think it included in the situation an element of not so black and white, right? Which is good, right? You should be tearing your audience either which way. And I think Buffy was still on the side of good, and the decision we came down on was still the good side. You know, it's tragic. It still is tragic and it's sad. And like I say, it sucks. It's horrible. But when the alternative is turning into a vampire and, you know, the room full of people are going to die, but also you're going to be a vampire and all of those deaths are on your shoulders when you make that decision. So it's like Buffy was still in the right. And so the episode that we got was still good, but considering that's what they went with, I do feel like him coming up, you know, from the grave and actually being a vampire, forget my expectations of the episode. Forget that. It's not important. The episode we got, it cheapened that a little bit. It made it into a bit of a joke when it's like, it wasn't a joke. You brought up like really hard-hitting themes and points to his character arc that really made it actually quite deep and painful. And you made a joke out of it in the end, which just, to me, takes away a little bit of the place you're in at the episode, right? When, you know, Giles and Buffy are ruminating a little bit over the grave, and it's sad, and, you know, that you have that kind of poignant conversation about lie to me, you know, because sometimes that is easier, sometimes you need that, and that kind of, you know, the deepness to that conversation. It's all very morose, but it's all very deep and meaningful. And I think you cheapen that by the little fake out that you have there. So it's like, yeah, so sorry, it's a little bit complex to the way that I feel about it. I don't feel like it's a bad episode. I've enjoyed the episode. I think it's a good episode. There are points that I would have taken further and done more with, personally, that I wanted to see more, you know, because they brought up interesting things, and I just wanted to see them take that stuff forward. The fact that they didn't, it's fine. It was still a good episode, and that ending just cheapened, I think, what they were trying to do a little bit for me. But again, still doesn't make it necessarily a bad episode. Yeah, that's where I stand on it, I suppose. And I'm sorry for those that I have maybe offended a little bit with the angel age gap vampire talk stuff, but that's where I stand on that stuff too. Sorry that I kind of brought it up this episode and really just kind of got those thoughts out there, but it is what it is. That's how I feel. Anyway, that's the end of the video. That was Lie to Me. Thank you so much for watching. Links down below in the description if you want to support me. If you like my work, have a look down there. If not, subscribe, like the video, comment. What did you think of this episode? Do you disagree? Let me know. Hey, it's all subjective at the end of the day, and you're not wrong for liking this stuff. It is what it is. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.